Hello, good afternoon, student. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Once again, I'm here, your English educator, and today we are going to discuss about deep water's question answers, right? Question answers of deep water, we are going to start. So, I hope you understand that chapter very well. And now see some question related to this chapter. Why did Douglas' mother recommend that he should learn swimming at the YMCA pool? Or what factors made Douglas decide in favor of YMCA pool? So, actually, her mother suggested his mother suggested him to go in YMCA pool because it was not so deep, right? So let's see. William Douglas had decided to learn to swim. His mother continuously warned against his going to the Yakima River for swimming, right? Because Yakima River was really very dangerous river. The river was treacherous. Many person had drowned in it. Okay, that is why mom stopped him to go in Yakima River, right? The river was treacherous. Many person had drowned in it, but the YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet at the shallow and 9 feet at the deeper end. Okay. Excuse me, student. The slope was also gradual. That is why mother said to Douglas that you just go in YMCA pool. Okay. Next, see question number 2. How did Douglas' introduction to YMCA pool revive his childhood fear of water? What happened in YMCA? Actually, I already told you 2 incidents happened in his life. First, when he was 3 to 4 year old, he went to the beach of California with his father, right? Douglas went to the beach of California with his father, and there what happened, a huge wave stuck to him and he buried into the water, right? That was his first experience. And what happened in YMCA pool, we will see. So how did Douglas' introduction to YMCA pool revive his childhood fear of water? So William Douglas developed an aversion to water when he was in it. Then when he was a child, he was standing with his father in surf. The waves knocked him down and swept over him, and he was buried in water and developed an aversion for it. Okay, when he was introduced to YMCA pool, the old memory and fear of his childhood revived his fear of water. Got it? Then next, what shocking experience did Douglas have at YMCA pool? Which kind of shocking experience he had in YMCA pool? So let's see. The narrator was at the YMCA pool. Suddenly a strong built boy of 18 came. He teased him and finally tossed him into the water. Right. Very soon he went to the bottom. He struggled to came up but couldn't. He struggled a lot to came up but couldn't. He felt paralyzed and suffocated. What he felt? He felt paralyzed and suffocated. He was nearly drowned. Got it? So these 2 incidents happened in his life, in Douglas' life, from which he had the fear of water. Okay, then next, question number 4. How and why did the big brother of boy of 18 throw Douglas into YMCA pool? Why he threw him into YMCA pool? Actually, he was making fun with Douglas, right? because he didn't know that he didn't know the swimming. So that was the incident, we can say coincident happened with him. So Douglas was alone at the pool. This is pool. Then came a big brother of boy. He was probably 18-year old. Okay, and how much? 18-year-old. He was quite muscular. Okay, and he had thick hair on his chest. Without any rhyme and reason, the boy yelled. What he yelled? Hi skinny. Hi skinny, that means slim trim, right? Thin. How did you like to be ducked? Then he picked Douglas up and tossed him into the deep water. Right. So here is the boy of 18 year came to the pool when Douglas was alone on the pool, and actually he was 11-year-old and he was 18-year-old, means bigger than Douglas, right? And he said that hi skinny, and how did you like to be ducked, and tossed him into the water. Next, what did Douglas plan when his feet hit the bottom? So first of all, he planned to kick the bottom and try to come up on the surface. So Douglas was tossed into the deep end of the pool. At once his feet touched the bottom and he realized that he was sinking. Understand? He was frightened but not out of his wits. He was frightened but not out of his wits. He planned to make a big jump and come to the surface. He planned to make a big jump and come to the surface. He thought of lying flat on water for some time, and then what happened? Finally he decided to paddle to the edge of the pool. Then number 6, why did Douglas grow panicky? Or what did Douglas experience when he went down to the bottom of the pool for first time? So the pool wagged 9 feet deep. Already they introduced us about the pool, that it was 9 feet deep. But those 9 feet were more like 90. For this Douglas, that 9 was looking like a 90, right? And before touch the bottom, his lungs were ready to burst because he gulped lots of water, right? He gathered all his strength and sprang upward. He gathered all his strength and sprang upwards. He came up slowly. What happened? He came up slowly. He saw nothing but water. He saw nothing but water and water. He was suffocating because already he gulped a lot of water. So he was feeling that his lungs going to burst, right? He saw nothing but water. He was suffocating. He tried to cry, but no sound come out. He felt paralyzed and grew panicky. Okay? But no sound came up and he felt paralyzed and panicky. Next, question number 7. So what sort of terror seized Douglas as he went down the water with a yellow glow? How could he feel that he was still alive? Okay, so strength and stark terror seized Douglas. Then what happened? As he went down the water with a yellow glow, right? And it was a kind of terror that knew to understanding or control. And he was paralyzed under the water. His body became stiff. Okay, he was not able to move his body, even his leg also, right? So his body became stiff and rigid with fear. Only the beating of his heartbeat and pounding in his head made him realize that he was alive, right? full body, means he was not able to move his body. He was feeling paralyzed in his leg. Okay, another part also not working of his body. So he said that because of my heartbeat I can understand that I am alive, I was alive. Okay, next. And then in the midst of terror came a touch of reason. Came a touch of reason. What was that, and did it succeed? Let's see. In the midst of the terror came a touch of reason. He must remember to jump when he hit the bottom. Right? He must remember to jump when he hit the bottom. He jumped with everything. Right? He jumped with everything he had, but the jump made do difference. But the jump made do difference. Stark terror took an even deeper hold on him. Got it? His arms and legs wouldn't move. He tried to call for help. Nothing happened. Right? He tried to call for help, but there is water and water everywhere. When he opened his mouth, there is water inside of his mouth. So he was not able to call anybody for help. Right? Now, next question number 9. What happened when all effort ceased? What happened? So on that time he was feeling relaxed. That was the unconscious position, and he said that my leg totally paralyzed and I was not able to do anything. Right? So when Douglas went down a third time, all effort ceased. Even his legs felt limp. Okay, a blackness swept over his face. And it wiped out fear. It wiped out terror. Okay, there was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful. That means that was the position of unconsciousness. Okay, he crossed to oblivion, and when he came to senses, he found himself lying on his stomach beside the pool, and what he was doing, he was vomiting on that time. Okay, so next question number 10. How and when did he find himself lying beside the pool? When he was out of unconsciousness. That time he came to know that he was on the ledge of the pool. Right? So how did Douglas fail to coax to the surface of the pool as he hoped to? William Douglas had tried himself to come up, okay, but he didn't succeed. All was vain, and he found himself in a hopeless situation. Right? He tried a lots of time to come up on the water, but all effort was vain. He was not able to do anything on that time, and then all effort ceased. He felt drowsy and crossed to oblivion. Right? When he came to senses, he found himself lying on the stomach beside the pool, and he was vomiting. Right? This answer is same as 9th question. So let's see 11. How did his experience at the YMCA swimming pool affect Douglas? He became really very feared. He frightened a lot, and from that day he never ever went to any pool, any water place, and he never went for any rafting, for any boating, for fishing, no, nothing. Okay, so let's see. His experience at the YMCA swimming pool had a lasting effect. This just remember this word. Had a lasting effect. On Douglas. Okay, here just write down on Douglas. The fear of water didn't leave him. The fear of water didn't leave him. The horrible incident always revived unpleasant memories. Okay, the horrible experience always revived unpleasant memories. So, and his fear of water, it ruined his fishing trips. What? It ruined his fishing trips. It also deprived him of the joy of boating, swimming. He couldn't venture to go out for such activities, right? He stopped all these things, means he stopped all the things related to water, right? The fear of water held him firmly in its grip and he never went back to the pool. Okay, next. Question number 12. How did the hunting fear of water ruin his fishing trip and other joys? Now see. How did the hunting fear of water? Let's see. The fear stayed with William Douglas as the years rolled by. Means same fear he was facing after lots of years, right? After a lots of years he faced the same fear, and then what happened? Wherever he went, the haunting fear of the water followed him. In canoes, on main lakes, or fishing for salmon and trout, this is the name of place, different kind of places, right? The terror followed Douglas. It ruined his fishing trip and it deprived him of the joy of canoeing, boating and swimming. Okay, now let's see next. Question number 30. What did Douglas do to overcome his fear of the water? Did he get any success? What he done now? Because he decided to overcome his fear, so he hired an instructor. Okay, he hired an instructor, and instructor took October to April. That means it is approximate 7 months, right? It took 7 month time period to make him a perfect swimmer, right? When he hired a swim instructor, he taught him how to swim into water. Means he taught him properly, perfectly, in different kind of ways, right? That is why it took 7 months to make him perfect swimmer, right? So what happened? Let's see. See, 3 kind of question given here in a or. So why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water, and what qualities turned the different Douglas into a good swimmer? Let's see. William Douglas used every way to overcome his fear of water, but with little success. He tried a lot, but he got little success in every effort, right? Finally, on the 1st October, on 1st October, he decided to employ an instructor. He hired an instructor and learned to swim. He went to pool and practiced 5 days in a week, right? He practiced 5 days in a week, an hour each day. An hour each day. Douglas did succeed in his mission. The instructor made him an expert swimmer. Perseverance, determination and hard work made the different Douglas as a good swimmer, right? Means 5 days in a week he practiced a lot, and each means 1 hour, 1 to 2 hour each day. Got it? And he practiced a lot, and after some time, means after 7 months, he became a good swimmer, right? Next. Question number 14. So why did Douglas go to lake? Wentworth in New Hampshire. What did he do there? Or why did Douglas go Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire? How did we make his terror flee? So here actually after 7 months, after instructed by an instructor, he become after 7 months he become a good swimmer, right? But still he had the fear to swim alone into the water, right? And he wanted to get right from this main fear. What was that main fear? That he was afraid to swim alone into the water, right? So he decided to went to this lake Wentworth in New Hampshire, and there he swim 2 hours, up to 2 hours, and in this way he overcome his fear, right? So let's see the correct answer. Douglas was not sure that all the terror of water had left him. Okay, so he went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire and swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamp Act Island. Okay, he swam the crawl, breaststroke, ad stroke and backstroke. Means every position tried by this Douglas, and it gave him a new confidence in overcoming his fear of water, right? Next, question number 1515. How did the instructor make William Douglas a perfect swimmer? I already told you, student, that he taught him into some parts. First day, means in first month, this instructor taught him how to move into the deep water, into shallow water. Second time, he taught him how to inhale or exhale into the water. Third time, he taught him that how to kick or how to cut water from the hand, right? And after that, after these little things, after these lots of part, he assemble all part together, he joined all part together and make a good swimmer, right? And made a good swimmer. So let's see. The instructor made Douglas practice 5 days a week, right? And an hour each day. He put a belt around Douglas. A rope was attached to the belt, and the rope went through the pulley. He went made to go back and forth across the pool. He was taught how to exhale and inhale. Thus, piece by piece, the instructor built Douglas a swimmer. Got it? So, just like this, you have to make this answer, right? Now, 16. How did Douglas remove his residual double about his fear of water? This is doubt about. There is some mistake, you just check it in your book, okay? No doubt Douglas had succeeded in overcoming his fear of water. He had swum 2 miles across the lake Wentworth, yet he had residual doubts. He hurried west and camped in the Conard Meadows by the side of Warm Lake. Next morning, he took off his clothes and dived into lake. He swam across the other shore and back. He shouted with joy. He had completely conquered his fear of water. Right? He had completely conquered his fear of water. Now see next. So question number 70. What special method did the instructor use to teach Douglas to make a good swimmer? What type of method used by this instructor? So the instructor made comprehensive effort to teach Douglas to swim. He put a belt around him. A rope was attached to the belt, right? And the rope went through the pulley, and he held on to the end of the rope. Okay, means it was safe position. Now they went back and forth across the pool. This continued day by day, day after day, week after week. Right? Means lots of time practiced done by these Douglas into the water. Right? Next, 18. How did Douglas overcome the old terror, or how did Douglas finally overcome his fear of water? So, the instructor had made Douglas a perfect swimmer. The instructor had made Douglas a perfect swimmer, but still Douglas was not sure of himself. Okay, so he went to Lake Wentworth and dived off a dock at Trigger Islands, and he swam for 2 hours across a lake. Alone he swam up to 2 hours, right? Only once did the terror return, but it fled and he swam on. At last he had conquered his fear of water. Okay, next. Okay, students, so from here we are going to start our long questions, and we will discuss this long question from tomorrow. So you just revise your short questions today. Tomorrow I will once again in front of you with long questions. Okay, till then, bye bye students.